I've been only hearing about this for a couple of days now, and it's been really stressful just to hear about this. It's this ridiculous. This has PewDiePie vibes, especially when he had disrespect from his mistake. But this is in itself entirely different because Ironmouse honestly did nothing wrong, but it's the community that hate for the sake of hating, and it's stupid.
This video is going to be a long-winded rant, and if you like that, welcome. Come join the Angry British Man. And if not, don't worry, my normal videos will resume after this one. I just had to talk about this. I feel like online lately, it has been a miserable experience for any of us to be online, and I actively feel...
I would definitely say, of the handful of social media outlets that are available, I will say in terms of social media, Twitter is the most unfiltered version of the worst version of humanity, because you can make your own profile there and you can say whatever you want. And for a lot of people, you can definitely just keep changing accounts because the consequences don't stick because they are strictly tied to one account. But the person behind the account can be anonymous and still cause havoc.
That my mental health gets drained slowly using any online platform, especially my personal case, Twitter. I think Twitter allowing people to make money from ads is probably one of the worst changes to any platform in history. Sure, I get $20 here and there for tweeting a funny picture of my giant monkey behind
that
me,
is really
but
funny.
there are those who use it to spread misinformation, lies, just make stuff up, spew absolute vile hatred stuff. It's pretty horrible experience to use it now, as Twitter seems to feel like it only wants outragement bait, or
because like the outrage bait is very real, because the recent example is Frogan says a bunch of unbased things and then further perpetuates that through Twitch. And again, Frogan is another example of like toxicity that breeds more toxicity.
tweets that'll make people angry. And if you're not seeing that, you're seeing somebody get killed. So it's really just a miserable experience overall.
I'm going to keep pausing throughout the video just for heads up, and I'm very sorry. But a lot of what he's saying is very true. Very true.
And don't get me started on TikTok and Instagram, which are famous for their brutal comments. And I wouldn't really even use the word brutal, because I think brutal can sometimes mean there's a bit of honesty and fun there. But I would say it's just cruel. Just being online right now is cruel. It feels like nobody has any respect for each other. But I don't think I've...
There's a video about that. Let me quickly pull that up. Markiplier respect. His respect video from 7 years ago is still prevalent till today because it is a rampant problem. But more importantly, Markiplier made a video discussing respect after the backlash that PewDiePie had, and what he did was wrong. You can hate someone and you can dislike what they do, but you can respect them still. And give them the decency that if you don't have something good to say, walk away or like say something else. Pedro Pascal knows how to get along with people. He knows how to get along with everybody, but that don't mean he likes everybody.
Quite lost as much faith in the internet as I have until now. But look, I'll be honest. This video is about one thing. It's about the weird blanket hatred towards VTubers. I've seen a massive, massive hate train against Ironmouse, which I don't understand. And I know that you guys aren't the ones doing this. You guys watching this video are very normal and well-adjusted people. And
I feel like I'm pretty adjusted. I'm pretty well normal. But it's really fun. It's really fun to where, like, for the past 2 years, it is actually in a way a step forward when it comes to VTubers being acknowledged. I think Ironmouse was the first person to acknowledge in such a large setting. Like Hatsume Miku has always been like a thing that was like it's a Vocaloid that kind of bred the runway for VTubers, especially during pandemic.
Appreciate that, but there are a lot of people online that seem to just have fun ruining other people's lives. I don't understand it. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I bringing all of this up? Well, don't worry. It'll all make sense. Just get along for the ride and listen to the weird British man rant at you. You see, in 2024, Ironmouse broke the all-time sub record on Twitch. It was
in 2023, she became Creator of the Year. So, hell yeah.
massive achievement. It was, I'm sure, an amazing and an inspiring moment for all of us, as well as Mouse. Unfortunately, probably what you didn't see was the deluge of vile comments, disturbing threats, and just overall hatred towards Mouse. And I'd love to tell you that this all started here and it's pretty much gone with now, but sadly this is a thing that has been going on for a very, very long time.
Hate continues to perpetuate, and if the community if the community is not upset about how Ironmouse, they're going to be upset about PewDiePie making a dumb mistake. They're going to be upset about, like, people who, when people hurt, they will always find something to yell at, whether it's because there's the wrong kind of milk inside of my coffee, whether or not it's not hot or it's not too hot. If there is something wrong with the breakfast that somebody made, there's always going to be something to be upset about, and it's never going to end. But it's a matter of maturity that people need to uphold, and we need to uphold a level of respect together.
And this is not just for Mouse. VTubers in general have had to deal with
VTuber are cringy and lazy, lazy, and fake. I find it very sickening. Very sickening how. See, this person, I don't know who you are. You're blurred out, so you're anonymous. However, go back to school. You have the worst grammar sense. Is it sickening or sickening? Because you need to spell this correctly too. You do watch anime and read manga, but you think VTuber is cringy. There's a lot of people who want to be Kirito. There's a lot of people who want to be Monkey D. Luffy or Goku. But it's real crazy.
A lot of shit just for being
they could be a 30-pound man, can't muster the courage to survive more than 10 seconds, watch podcasts and commentary YouTubers for quality over some cringe. You're being cringe by admitting that you love anime and manga, but you hate VTubers. You are losing the plot here.
An anime girl or boy on the internet. So let's go back in time a little bit so that we can better understand the full scope of this mess. Yes, you got me. This is a video about me defending my friend.
Mudon, thank you so much for the editing, by the way.
But I also just want to bring a tiny bit of attention to the level of normalized hate that is...
Mudon, by the way, thank you for the edits. The edits are real fire.
Just for some reason acceptable, and hopefully that, maybe this video can make a tiny bit of a change. Because what some of these creators have to endure is on a level that I've never seen before on the internet, and I've been here for a very long time. 4 years ago, VTubers had a massive explosion in popularity here in the West. Now, obviously, they've been around in Japan for a while, because this is very Japanese coded.
It is a very Japanese thing.
4 years ago, they blew up, and people started getting into them. However, there was a lot of pushback from people like me included, who were kind of like, what is this? I don't know what this is.
Yeah, because it's nuanced. It's like this. It's like in the very same way where 20 years ago, people didn't know what was going on when it came to the idea of uploading videos on YouTube. Like 11 years ago, 15 years ago, it was really weird to upload a video about yourself and talking to the camera. And then 15 years ago, it was really weird of people watching other people play video games. So now that it's evolved to people who's using an avatar to talk to the world, it's another age of nuance to where people need to, like, it's opening. It's eye-opening.
Well, I like it, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just see. And I'm sure any VTuber who was around in this era could tell you the amount of hatred that was given out towards VTubers. Like, why are you using a voice changer? Are you a man? Are you an AI? Perhaps. The uninspired, insulting comments. And during this boom is when a lot of people found Ironmouse as well. Now, Ironmouse had actually been streaming a long time before this as well, but it wasn't until this moment where a lot of VTubers were on Twitch and kind of getting great viewership. Now, obviously, VTubers choose to be represented by an avatar for a multitude of reasons, but for Mouse, it was...
And in a very fair sense, there is a line to where, hey, if you make a VTuber model, what kind of model do you make? Oftentimes, people make anime character-based models because anime sells, and you can't not tell me that you watched Dragon Ball Z, or you watched Bleach, or you watched Mushoku Tensei and wished you were in their other position. Because oftentimes, the type of body proportions are of those that people wish they were. Like, if I was a big tit lady who has voluptuous sides and had all the attention. I wish I had the attention because it's a weird like thing, but it's nothing entirely to where oftentimes you see people who love the thin boys, so you get a slim figured type of like anime character, or you're into JoJo's Bizarre, or you're into Fist of the North Star, Dragon Ball Z, and you wish you were as muscular as him. And it's a funny irony to where it should be normalized if you like this kind of thing.
Was for anonymity, which is why most VTubers do it. And now look, I cannot talk for Mouse. Mouse is their own person, but Mouse has been sick for a very, very long time with a multitude of illnesses, but the main one being primary immune deficiency. Primary immune deficiency is slightly different to autoimmune diseases that you might have heard about. Autoimmune diseases are where your immune system kind of attacks itself, whereas primary immune deficiency means that your immune system just doesn't work or doesn't work very well. And I'm sure a lot of my viewers are familiar with this because I'm always raising money for charities that want to find cures and support people with primary immune.
Now the internet is usable again.
Shut up. And let me just quickly... The internet has always been usable.
Familiar with this because I'm always raising money for charities that want to find cures and support people with primary immune... I never get it right. Primary immune deficiencies. I mess it up all the time. When you have a really bad case of primary...
Watching his live stream charity runs when he's biking around Japan has always been entertaining, because when you watch the Trash Taste podcast, he explains how stressful it is just to get basic internet running while a constant power source going, and the idea of him streaming his tour across Japan on his bike, it is a marvel. And what's even more of a marvel is his ability to like draw people in for a charity stream, because it is very important. And you do crazy things for charity because you have to raise certain causes. Sometimes it's to raise awareness. Sometimes it's to raise money towards a project. And again, very fun.
Immune deficiency, it means that stuff like vaccines don't work on you. It means that you're worried about getting sick constantly from everything. Whereas maybe you and I could eat a bunch of dirt, maybe going even near dirt, or someone who's slightly ill 20 feet away could easily get you sick or give you a bad case of pneumonia. This disease means that Mouse pretty much can't interact with anyone and can't leave her room. And even if she wanted to, Mouse was disabled for a very long time and has slowly started to regain the ability to walk, thanks to being able to finally support premium healthcare. Yay, love America! So this meant the only human contact that Mouse got was pretty much talking to her parents or very close family who she was kind of already adjusted to, and family who understood about the disease and took precautions. And look, I know this is a lot of information, but what I'm trying to get at is that you can only imagine how crushingly lonely this must be. Imagine not being able to leave your room. Yes, we were all there during COVID, but we at least knew that it was probably going to end at some point. And I'm sure...
You have to imagine also, too, that when it comes to creating an avatar, for some people, when it comes to making a new account and you go into a community for the first time, it is their shield against the world, because oftentimes people are very cruel and unusual. And for a lot of people who there is a fraction of people in Ironmouse's situation, but for a lot of people who don't even feel good within their own skin, the idea of being able to go into a community anonymously and not be judged by their body, it is a relief. It is a relief in their systems to believe that, hey, I'm going to join this MMO, join this guild, and they're not going to judge me by the amount of fat that I got or the amount of acne that I've produced. They're going to judge me solely based on how well I play the game and how well I vibe with a lot of people. And it is funny to where if you judge someone for being within an avatar, because that avatar is a shield of what they tell themselves every day, you are trash. You are trash. And if you feel empowered to tell people dark things because it makes you happy, or if that's the kind of content you like, go somewhere else. Just go somewhere else, because that's not good.
Many of you knew, me included, that this was awful for our mental health. Not being able to see the people that you care about or interact with friends, or just to have a casual interaction with a cashier person is interactions that I'm sure all of us missed. And it was thanks to VTuber technology getting so much better and more accessible that...
Not even VTuber technology, just the idea that when Skype became a thing, when Zoom became a thing, it connected so many people together. It connected families, it connected businesses across oceans, and and Discord, Zoom, and Skype was a very good tool for a lot of people who felt disconnected. So to be able to talk to your family from across the ocean is really great too. And for a lot of times, some people have made actual, like, during COVID, there is accounts of people who made like 1 day a week Skype family calls and just say how everyone's doing, because going outside or being in public was such a hard time. And I know for a fact that when I moved out, this is like I'm using it as a platform myself. I'm using this platform, but the idea that when I was moved out, I was in a dark place. I actually had to start over. Things weren't kosher back at home, so I moved out, and it's because of technology like Skype, just allowing me to talk to other people across the line. There's a few friends that I Skyped with before, and it was very good for me. It was very healthy for me to be able to have that ability.
Mouse was able to stream like me or like you or like any other big streamer. It was a level playing field. And on top of that, if you were a more artistically inclined person, you could show off your artistic skills by,
Very cool.
you know, I don't know, costume design or singing or lore or voice acting. There's so many more facets
Like,
to it.
I don't think anybody actually knows the identity of Otto, much less more Calliope. But Otto, to be able to reach the amount of people that she does, and we don't even have a face to it, for their sake, it's a relief to be able to sing behind the identity of Otto. Like, her personal life is so protected because, case in point, when SS Sniper Wolf doxed Jack Films, you can't imagine how much dread a person would have felt when it came to that doxing. You can't imagine the amount of like stress you would receive from like, hey, your living situation is in danger. There's a lot of people like Amaranth who had to hire a security system because that parasocial relationship caused distress in her life because of someone like spending everything that they own just to go to America and be uninvited, mind you, uninvited to be in Amaranth's space. Like, the internet is very crazy, but it's also very, very healing.
Than me raging at Jump King. It's talent, okay? And one of the best
Good job.
parts of Mouse's early career is that when she's trying to raise money to get a new medical bed. Basically, normal beds, not good. They don't offer you support. They don't allow you to, like, you know, go like lie upright. Basically,
I need one of those when
she
it comes
asked
to my
the viewers
knee.
if they'd be willing to donate towards that, and within minutes, they'd smash that goal.
I don't like to call my bed my bed.
It's rough.
I don't like calling it my bed. It makes me feel very embarrassed. It makes me feel not so good. So
What?
I like to call my bed my workspace because that's where I am.
$1,000 from Mala. It is, if you think that her community and her not earning the prestige that she has now, if you think this is something to clown on, you don't belong on the internet. You should go back to school. You should like actually touch grass and like play with actual toys or play with actual friends. Because like, if you clown on her for something that she did not ask for, she didn't ask that person to do $1,000, but by the grace of her community helping her out, it's a relief. It's a relief that someone actually sees you, even though you're not using your actual camera. It is a blessing to meet people in a safe space.
God damn it! Mal, thank you so much.
Mal, why are you making her cry, dude?
And I think a lot of people forget that Mouse didn't used to stream long. Mouse used to only stream for like an hour or two at a time, and then would go offline to take medication. But now feels comfortable enough to take the medication and still keep streaming, which I think is an amazing thing, and something that the outpouring support has allowed us to do. And obviously VTubers do more than just talk and play crappy games like me. Some of them have god-tier singing skills. You'll know that Mouse was trained to be an opera singer, and
I
sounds
did not know
incredible.
that. I did not know that.
You could look at me once more.
This is crazy as fuck, by the way. This is
Combine that with
crazy.
aesthetically pleasing designs that are constantly changing, and it's no wonder that VTubers eventually had their boom. Now, obviously, Twitch and YouTube have always been very gamer-centric and gamer-focused, and gamers aren't exactly known for being the most chill and reasonable people. Look,
We
I
are
was
not.
a Call of Duty kid.
Like, I was that kid yesterday when I was trying to stream Hollow Knight, and there's going to be a lot of content cut out from that clip because I am aware that all I was doing was falling and raging and falling and raging. But if I step away from it, I definitely know that I will move on from that point.
If I said the things that I said in those lobbies and they were recorded, I would not be here today. I would not have a career. Or any career. I was toxic, okay? Now look, I've been a content creator
Based.
for 10 plus years.
So based.
It's been my entire adult life. I've been doing this for so long that I'm a fossil in internet years. And even before that, I would pretty much only spend my time on the internet. And it was normal that as a creator that you would get some kind of hatred towards you, or some people who would just blindly write mean comments.
Yeah.
It was part of the job. Doesn't mean it's a good part or that we should accept it, but it's just kind of how it was. And because every creator would get a bunch of hate comments here and there was kind of a mutual respect amongst creators that you wouldn't just blindly insult each other for no reason. You wouldn't insult someone
You have, like... Sorry, let me
you didn't know or
finish.
you didn't have beef with. It was a thing that you could expect because that's how normal people behave. However,
Yeah, because that is the worst thing about what's been going on right now, is the idea that imagine if people knew who Ironmouse looked like in person. Could you imagine the amount of like harassment she would face? Because she would actually, in a very non-serendipitous way, she would get a level of harassment that Johnny Somali would get, only she did nothing wrong. If you go into a public restaurant, or if you go to a local Starbucks, you go to Kroger's or Safeway, it is the universal silent rule of the public to where if you see someone, you either don't bother them or you say hi if you are willing to. But there is a unspoken amount of respect that you're required to have to your other person, to say, hey, you're doing groceries, I'm doing groceries. Unless we know each other, it's better if we don't inhibit the other person from getting their basic needs. It is a level of respect that people have in public. But then when you go to social media and you hide your face, or if you don't post pictures about yourself in real life, you're protected by the barrier of like a JPEG and of like a level of animosity. Like you're protected the moment you make your own social media account, unless you share videos of yourself. You can be on TikTok without any videos on your profile. You can go to Instagram without anything posted and be protected. But for those that share, there is an unspoken rule to not disrespect each other. But when you're social media, it's almost off the walls, especially with an X.
nowadays, it kind of feels like that's not the case anymore. It feels like it's kind of encouraged or okay to punch down and make fun of other creators that you don't like, or you think that something's weird about them. And this has happened a lot with VTubers. For example, in 2022, a massive TikTok creator, Noah Glenn Carter, made a video mocking the fact that people wanted to meet Mouse virtually. Here you go.
This might be the saddest video on the internet. So I want you to take a look at all these people. They were all trying to get the attention of a monitor. Basically, that's a popular VTuber on the monitor that was virtually attending an anime convention. And this whole crowd of people were following the monitor in hopes that they could get a picture with it.
Now, obviously, you
have to, as much of a douchebag as he is, Noah making that video, it doesn't change the fact that he makes a post. I'm pretty sure that without actually knowing what he did to make that post, I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious that he's making a reactionary video based on a short clip that he's seen, and it's without actual proper knowledge.
You and I know that Mouse can't leave her room, and this is the only way that Mouse can walk around a convention or see any of her viewers, or any of those viewers can talk to Mouse. It's a rare experience for everyone involved, and an amazing feat of technology that we can even do anything like this. And to his credit, he did apologize.
This is an apology to a creator called Ironmouse because of this video. Now, in my video on this, I called the video one of the saddest.
To be fair, if you look at that,
This is an apology to a creator called Ironmouse because of this.
To his credit, Noah made this actual clip. Based on this video, he's making this clip 6 days after he made that video, and he is apologizing. He is having a conversation of what he did wrong.
Video. Now, in my video on this, I called the video one of the saddest videos on the internet, which is completely unnecessary on my part. And Ironmouse actually responded, clarifying.
I hope someone tells that guy that all those people were seeing Connor. Nice.
that the people weren't even crowding her, but instead they were crowding somebody named Connor that was there. I'm really sorry to you, Ironmouse, if you're watching. My video was completely unnecessary. I really hope that my video didn't cause you any kind of negativity or anything. And again, I am so sorry if it did. I will be deleting that video as soon as I post this one.
First,
yeah, by all means, like, if you, very good job at owning up on being accountable. Very good job being accountable. And the fact that he knows now, at the time he learns of the truth, and he responded based on the knowledge he just learnt. So, good on him.
Ouch. Second of all, you didn't think...
So sorry if it did. I will be deleting that video as soon as I post this one.
First of all, ouch. Second of all, you didn't think there was going to be any negativity? What do you mean by that? And now look, to Noah's credit, he did apologize and take down the video. And I think that needs to be commended, as a lot of people don't have the common decency to do that anymore. But
the fact that how would he? Because honestly, like, you don't know what you don't know, because it's really easy. Like, case in point, when I made a video about I made a video regarding Jacksepticeye, and what was it? It was Jacksepticeye and Resident Evil. I made a video about, like, him not being aware of certain situations regarding the game, and I got backlash. And there was a lot of people saying and assuming that I never played the game, so how would I know, right? Let me see where that video is, because it is in itself pretty funny. Like, I find it funny to where, like, if you were actually someone who watched my content, you'd actually know. Let me see. Let's see. Like,
what?
But here's an example. Like, when it comes to the comments, just do some research on the reception of the game on release. I didn't know about the reception. I understood what I understood with Resident Evil 5 because of my experience through Shrunken. And there's people who are saying there's people that's letting me know of what I didn't know, and then there's people saying that I don't know anything without actually playing the game, when I explained, hey, yo, I actually played the game. Because I probably missed something, yeah, too. So, and then we had a conversation about it. You don't know what you don't know, and you don't have these conversations without actually being open about it.
Would you not have taken it down if nobody complained? If everyone,
I believe that he would have.
Let's make fun of it. Would you not have taken it down? Or did you take it down just because people were like, hey man, you're kind of a dick? The reason why I show you this is not because I want to send any hatred. This is 2 years ago. It doesn't matter. It's okay.
Because again, like, you wouldn't have known. You can make the most baseless comment, and you can correct yourself the moment somebody opens up the conversation rather than being judgmental. Be curious. People asking questions like, hey, did you know this? Are you aware of what's going on? X, Y, and Z. Like, you don't know until you know.
Over. Do not send hatred towards another creator. And if you do, you're a piece of shit and you should not be here. But why is it now that you can just dunk on something that you don't know anything about, you don't understand, and you didn't bother to research into? Why is that normal?
Because it's easy.
Why is it that you just post first and research second? Oh, I got some hate about this. I'll take it down. Don't worry about the other 500 videos where I blindly made fun of people I don't understand. The sad truth now is that it seems like
it's easy. It's rage baiting. There's a lot of conversations about rage baiting for the sake of rage baiting, and the worst thing is people can make money off of that. You can make false titles, you can make false content, and you can make an income from it because that's how you're paid sometimes. I am sorry.
Like, it's okay if you're a large creator to be a dick to anybody you want or don't like or don't agree with. You know, having a large audience is a huge, huge responsibility.
Being alive is a large level responsibility. Because, like the one true Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility. And if you can breathe and if you can get out of bed, you have the responsibility to others that look at you. You have the responsibility to yourself, the responsibility to your friends and family, the responsibility to people who don't know you, to be a decent person. You can't always be the good guy, but you can always be decent.
Whether we like it or not, we are influencers. We influence people with our opinions and what we say. I'm sure some people watching this video right now will be influenced by my opinion on all of this stuff. That's how it goes. But for some reason, it's okay now to blindly hate others and send rabid fans to go and attack people and stuff they don't understand. Why? It's hard enough just existing right now. It is horrible living in this year. It is a miserable time to be alive. Why are we making it harder for everyone? And if you're a VTuber,
that's how it
it's
works.
kind of just accepted now that you just get this level of blind hatred all the time. It's insane. Why is this
so
okay?
insane.
Anyway, moving on with the time.
Sorry.
Since then, Mouse, and I assume most VTubers, have had to deal with insult after insult that is normalized. For Mouse personally, this level of hatred and vitriol escalated another level when Mouse was nominated for the Game Awards. Now, the Game Awards have this category for content creator.
I don't even know
Obviously,
anyone
this year had a massive amount of
my
very, very big creators that I'm sure were awful.
the reason why I voted for Mouse last year was because I didn't know of anybody else, and of what I saw from Ironmouse, she was pretty fun. She raised money for charity. She was very entertaining, and a lot of her content doesn't come from malice.
Familiar with. But to the surprise of Mouse, and to most of us, Mouse got nominated. And this isn't saying that Mouse didn't deserve it. Mouse had an amazing year. Mouse had raised a ton of money for charity, had broken the all-time sub record for a woman on Twitch, and had done just some of the most amazing shit when you consider that Mouse is bedridden and has to have medication every single day that completely changes how any of this would be done, and providing such an insane energy to every stream whilst battling a ton of medical issues that are permanent throughout this. I think the nomination is deserved, and by some sheer miracle, Mouse had won the award. It was a crazy achievement, and nobody expected Mouse to win, to be honest, because Mouse was by far the smallest creator out of the ones that were nominated.
And the Game Award goes to Ironmouse. So, Ironmouse couldn't be here tonight because Ironmouse is animated and
You are complete trash because you made a comment that's baseless. Your mother buys you Make a Block instead of Legos, and she continues to buy you Dino Nuggies, which are still pretty fire. So she buys you knockoff dollar store brand McNuggets.
sadly we're not in the Matrix yet.
Obviously, these creators were massive, and a lot of their fans that are watching the Game Awards were a bit upset about Mouse winning the award. This has led to a constant, and I cannot preface this enough, a constant stream of hatred now that Mouse has had to deal with openly on all of her socials for years now. This is the level of hatred that is normally, like, I gotta show you, it's like ridiculous. This is 2022, back when Mouse's comments were pretty normal, I'd say. As you can see here, this is beating Kai. Okay, a little negative and unnecessary, but not that bad. Okay. This over Kai. Bro, who are you? You know, and luckily at this point, not all the comments are like this, but they're by far the most liked ones. And it only gets worse the closer we get to today. We all came from that Kai video, right? This is #1 streamer. No way blood. This is #1.
To be fair, the moment you get into a conversation speaking like this, you're automatically invalid because you are simply upset because your favorite person is not winning. It's the very same situation where whenever Ronaldo, I don't know soccer enough. It's whenever, say you like Markiplier to the most extreme. He's very handsome, and if you, in the moment you think that somebody's talking trash about Markiplier, I'm pretty sure this will be these are the kind of comments that are similar to another person's response the moment you say Markiplier is garbage, which is not true. He raised money for charity a lot. He's very fun.
#1 streamer. This dude gets #1 on Twitch. It's an evil world we live in. And you'd think, okay, maybe something happened at the time. This has been pretty much constant until now. Speed and Kai on top. How is the streamer of the year? How is the streamer of the year? This won the award, by the way. Oh, hell no. This is who won. No cap, who's Ironmouse. Brain rot. This beats Cypher PK. Game Awards are wild. Why did you win?
Who's even Cypher PK? I don't even know you.
No way this won Creator of the Year. I'm crying. This literally goes on and on. And you'd think, okay, look, it's because Mouse won the streamer of the year. It probably stops after that. Oh no! So many people like, post this on Instagram Reels. Post this on Reels. Oh yeah, great, because love that. Love being toxic on Instagram.
Worse.
Bro, who are you? I'm begging you, please post this on Instagram. Why do people just want to be so cruel? What the f***? Just chill the f*** out, man. Who the f*** is watching this? This thing has the most subs on Twitch. How did you beat Kai? No human being on the planet wearing this. Okay, well, I wear it. It's f***ing fire, okay? Jeez. On my life, how did you beat Kai? No human being on the...
To be fair, it looked... I like the pants more than I like the sweater, because you would only ever wear merch as expressive as that if you weren't friends. I have boxers that are plastered with pictures of Joanna because she bought it for me. If I have a picture of somebody from my family or from my friends, I will wear that. That is merch that I represent my family for. However, I will not show my boxers. That is a problem on every social media.
Planet wearing this.
Except Twitter.
Okay, well, I wear it. It's on fire, okay? Jeez. On my life, I've never in my entire life seen a single stream. Why do you care?
That's like that is the point.
Fire, okay, jeez. On my life,
that is the problem. Like the fact that you name yourself Kai. I don't know if your name is actually Kai, but this is the level of protection that people get for making random accounts. If that account is banned, they can always make another one and say the same thing. It is both a blessing and a curse when it comes to social media because you can hide behind a thing, get in trouble for it, and move on. You can move on easily from this. If this Kai account got destroyed, you can move on to saying Kai 2, Kai loves bro, or whatever. But the fact that you said you have never in my entire life seen a single stream, that's because she's not making content for you. This is not about you. You are not the protagonist. You are a peasant who is serving at McDonald's.
Never in my entire life seen a single stream. Why do you care? Why? Like, if I just haven't seen something, I just don't interact. I don't understand what has happened. Yeah. But we all feel the need to say our opinion and be like, yeah, guys, we hate this, right? Who cares? Yes. You're a loser. This has gone on for months.
I am a loser, and I doubt Connor will see any of this. But also, I respect and I raise his point to where why does it matter? Why does this content matter so much to you? For you to make a post about it on another person's content. You don't need to make a comment about it.
It's pretty much just led to Mouse just not posting on TikTok, which I feel is really f***ed up. You can just successfully bully a massive creator off a platform. The reason why this all happened, by the way, is just because Mouse won an award. What? And this is just the stuff that Mouse gets on her own socials. This doesn't include the hatred that she receives from just existing in those posts from those low-tier bait Twitter accounts that post, "Can you believe this cartoon is beating Mars streamer, guys?" And it only escalated once more when Ironmouse got the all-time sub record on Twitch, which led to a bunch of news articles tweeting about it and people talking about it. And unfortunately, a lot of people were just being blindly hateful. And of course, this level of hatred doesn't just stay on the platforms you'd expect it to. It's also in Mouse's chat. Here is a 85-page document of just some recent bans of people saying the most heinous shit towards Mouse. Now, you're telling me this bitch-ass VTuber surpassed Kai Cenat. God, you know these people are so ugly. Just said how Sims donate to this crap. This is the bitch that broke Kai's record. I refuse to believe any of you are real human beings unless you have less than 60 IQ. No one in this chat is real. I've been watching this shit for 10 minutes and I want to myself. How do people watch this?
How do you go about yourself? The fact that you can't... These are literally a bunch of nobodies because it's one thing to make your own identity, but it's another. But I can guarantee you will flip tables and punch dogs if somebody said any of these things about your mom, your sister, your girlfriend, your cousin. Like, and the fact that you feel safe to say this in a public forum behind a different identity is bonkers.
This shit, you weirdos. You'll never get on Kai's level. You guys know this is a fat guy, right? Amongst obviously all those insults, a lot of people saying that Mouse is lying about her illness, which, I mean...
Why would you?
I don't have to tell you why that's wrong. Like, look at this. This is psychotic. This is f***ed up. How is this okay? And by the way, this is the list, obviously, that doesn't include...
Notable bans from September 29th. Kai or break the record. Did not use the N-word banned, or would be another 20 pages of those. Jeez.
The N-word bans, or that would be another 20 pages. Because of course it would be. Like,
of course
it
would be.
Chat, I just would not stream.
Of course it
would
would
not
be.
show up. This is f***ed. 100%. I want to make this clear. I'm not blaming any creator. Obviously, we saw a lot of people name dropping Kai, saying how could this lose to Kai and all that stuff. This is not me blaming Kai in any capacity. I think his audience is
Kai actually
at the size that
went out of his way
absurd.
to tell people to stop.
At that level, you can try and tell your viewers, hey man, look, be respectful, which Kai has on numerous times. He's openly praised Ironmouse and been very supportive towards small creators.
Ironmouse has always been top 5 all time. She's somebody I had to pass during my first subathon. Now, I know people are defensive. I know a lot of people defend me and shit like that. But Chad, if you actually looked at her stream and actually kept up with what she's doing, you feel what I'm saying? Not only was it for a good cause, but it was pretty well put together.
But obviously, you know.
But it's funny to where even in this clip, Kai Cenat is gaslighting his community because why are you bullying Ironmouse when if you act he says like if you actually
As a
kept up with what she's doing, you feel what I'm defensive. I know a lot of people defend me and shit like that, but chat, if you actually looked at her stream,
the fact yeah, that's the point. If you actually looked at it, if you actually paid attention to what she did, you know where the voting came from, you know where her fandom came from. If you actually did. Like Kai Cenat, you cannot be Bloodborne, but you can definitely make a good point to where if they actually looked, like, I'll be honest, for him, when it comes to Bloodborne, it is a hard game, and some of his advice came from chat. I can totally believe that he didn't want to do any of the DLC or any of the extra bosses because he's trying to streamline it, because he is trying to... I can understand him wanting to any percent complete this game because it still doesn't change the fact that he had beaten Bloodborne on his own, no summons, the weapon that he believes in, and he went in heavy and ready. That is one thing that I'm very happy about, the fact that he played Bloodborne, he enjoyed it, he finished it. He still finished.
and actually kept up with what she's doing, you feel what I'm saying? Not only was it for a good cause, but it was pretty well put together.
But obviously, as a creator, you do still have some influence over your viewers. I think it's important to make sure that when you see this behavior in the community that you call it out. And I'm not entirely sure when this happened online, but it feels like it's okay to just blindly make fun or hate something you...
It has always been... The open dislike and open bullying of other people has always been rampant, Connor. I'm very sorry that you don't know that. I am shocked, Connor, that you're coming from a place of like, where did this even started? For the longest time, since the Romans, people have been allowed, for some reason, to say whatever they want. People will say, it is my First Amendment to say whatever I want and not be judged. But I can respect your opinion for disrespecting Ironmouse in a particular way. I can respect that you say that. I don't believe in what you said, but I can respect what you've said. And I can choose not to bully you. That is my choice as a person, as a basic human right. However, it's been happening since the age of the Romans, and it's easier to avoid punishment when you're behind a particular moniker. If you use your favorite curator's picture as your Instagram profile picture or a variation of their name, it is a level of protection that people feel they will take to their graves because it protects them from
you don't
any
understand
punishment.
or have not learned anything about. But I guess that is more of a reflection of the current times we live in.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
So
Connor.
everyone seems to do that all the time. As a creator, I would be embarrassed if I saw my viewers blindly hating on someone else using my name. I would be mortified if I saw that. And the one good thing about all you guys is that I know that you don't do that. And I appreciate that because you're all cool and you're all normally
so.
well-adjusted people.
I'm not adjusted. I am not
I'll
adjusted.
I don't have a point of this video. I don't have a plan. I was just going crazy, looking at all of this open hatred and losing my mind, wondering why this is normal.
For your
that was
friend.
literally it, and that's the reason why I'm making this video. And I kind of wanted to ask if anyone else or any other VTubers or any other even YouTubers, if you've experienced this same kind of level of blind hatred yourself. I would love to hear about it, just so that I know that I'm not going crazy. I hope we can have a civilized and good discussion in the comments. And so with that, I wish you all the best of luck. Don't let these urinal cake eating children distract you from what you want to do.
Urinal cake eating
Now I'm
children.
gonna go drink a beer. Bye.
Nice dab, Connor. So yeah, it's super crazy to where people forget. People also forget that this happened before when it came to Markiplier. I feel like when he made this video regarding, I don't know why this is a thing, but essentially he made this comment to where, like even Jacksepticeye made this comment. Jack made a comment regarding like we're better than this. Well, no, actually different years. This is 2017. This is 2018. Very different years. But I feel like people have forgotten about respect in recent years. I feel like society has moved away from the fundamental principle of treating each other as human beings. I live by some very simple rules that build the cornerstone of everything I believe in and want for the world. This is in relation to the current situation with PewDiePie and all the fallout from that. We have been here before when it came to PewDiePie and its Fallout. Now this is the Kai Cenat Ironmouse Fallout, and it's crazy how a lot of people don't bring into retrospect the idea that you can dislike what they're doing and still respect them. You can respect your neighbor, respect your family, respect their opinions, but also you can respect someone and not hate. You can dislike what they've done. You can dislike anything that's related to them, and you can still respect the other person. Respect them, be fair. But yeah, essentially just be nicer to each other, guys. This is like so crazy.